Hey, what's up guys? Best and West here, and I'm here because I had a pretty darn good pickup this past weekend. I also got some trade stuff in, and so I wanted to share with you guys. So I got a lot of good stuff this last weekend. This past week or so, I got some pretty good stuff, and I just wanted to share with you. I'm trying to get back into sharing my pickups because I've been MIA for so long. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to show you is this. The Pikachu N64. Like, if you didn't know, I'm a huge N64 fan. It was one of the systems that I had growing up. I was also really into Pokemon, and I still really am. I have a huge Pokemon collection, Pokemon game collection at least, and this system is one that was missing in my Pokemon collection. So I'm really happy to get this. I got in a trade along with some other N64 games. I traded some of my NES and my Super Nintendo games that I just had already, or I wasn't playing them that much, or I didn't have too much interest in it yet. Maybe in the future when I move out and like I get more stuff, I'm sure I'll come across more games. So I'm not too mad about the items that I traded away to get this. So for the first thing that I'm sharing with you guys, the Pikachu N64. Okay, so now on to the big pickup of this past weekend. I got contacted by this guy on Craigslist, and he said he saw my post that I was looking for video games, and that I was a collector, and I was really looking for Zelda games. That's one of the series that I'm collecting for, and he told me that he inherited a bunch of video games from his grandfather, who passed away recently, and his grandfather was a huge collector. Well, not actually, he wasn't even a collector, he was just a huge gamer, and he had a bunch of games that he inherited, and it was just taking up a lot of room. He wasn't getting to play most of them, so he thought that he'd like to sell them to me, being a collector. So I got a ton of NES games, a ton of, maybe not a ton, but some good SNES games, and a few N64 games, and a few systems as well. In the lot that I picked up, I got an N64, a Super Nintendo, and an NES. The N64 was complete with controls and hookups and everything. The Super Nintendo was missing the multi-tab to connect to the TV, and the NES came loose with like 4 controllers, or maybe 6 controllers or something like that. So that's kind of interesting that the only system that was complete was the N64. But nonetheless, I'm probably going to sell most of the systems because I have them already, and hopefully it can go to a good home. So let me start off with telling you the story of this guy that I met. So I had him on the phone. He called me on like Thursday or something like that, and he told me a story and said he had some video games for sale. I said, yeah, I'm totally interested. Is it possible if you could hold on to the games for me till Saturday? And he said, yeah, Saturday will work. And I told him, please don't don't let go of these games until Saturday because I'm really interested in these games. He said, no, for sure, I'll hold on to them. And I was worried that he was going to sell them or if it was a fake person, but I called him again on Friday to confirm that we were still meeting up on Saturday, and he said, yeah. I didn't get his address till Saturday morning. He sent it to my email, and so I called him up. When I got in, his name I think was, actually I won't say his name, but pretty much it was him and his dad in a house in about 30 minutes from here. And I go in, it's kind of, you can kind of smell like cigarettes and stuff like that, but at the same time, like, he was a nice guy. He introduced himself, introduced his dad, and his dad was like pretty hardcore. They both had long hair, and the house is kind of a mess right now, but it seemed like they were kind of like moving stuff around. But at the same time, I was there with my girlfriend, so it was like, and they didn't seem like harmful or dangerous or anything. Luckily, it was during the middle of the day, so it wasn't like hella sketchy or anything like that. But I walked in. His dad was pretty hardcore. He looked like a war veteran or something like that. Long hair. He was missing a leg, and he was missing an eye. So he had like a prosthetic eye in place. And I was just listening to them talk about the father's father, or the person who I talked to on the phone, grandfather. He said that he was 70 years old. He would go home every day and just play video games. He would pop in, light up a cigarette, and just play video games. And at 70 years old, that's pretty crazy, but that's really cool. And we talked a little bit about like video games, like the old video games versus the new video games and stuff like that. And it was really cool getting to talk to them, and I tried to ensure them that, you know, the games are going to a good home. They're not going to a reseller that's taking these games to just make a profit on them or something like that. So I took a look at the games, and my eyes lit up immediately because I saw 2 games that I needed for my collection, and I was specifically looking for them. I got some more NES games. This is only part of it. I have a lot more NES games, but I'm gonna show you some of the games that I got right now. Okay, so let's start off with some of these NES games, and then I have more NES games all around. These are some of the more common games, I guess, that aren't as sought after. So right here we have Jack Nicklaus, Greatest 18 Holes of Major Championship Golf, Exodus Ultima, a duplicate, Defender of the Crown, and some of these games, they say Matt's Game Exchange. A lot of them had that sign on it, or from Concord, and I kept it on some of them. Some of them were really bad. It took me almost 2 hours to clean all these games and stuff because there were so many of them, and they've been in like a smoke environment. So I try to wipe away a lot of the smoke covering and stuff like that, and they don't smell anymore, and they're pretty clean now. They're in collector's condition, I would say. So I would consider it kind of like saving the game. Trying to put it back into rotation. I definitely will take care of these. There's Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf. I have Top Gun, Time Lord, Rygar, Golf. This game is actually one that I needed, so this is going straight over on my Final Fantasy collection. Still trying to find the box and manual for this, so if you have it, let me know. I'm trying to complete my Final Fantasy collection. So, Final Fantasy, Silent Service, I have this complete in box already, so Simon's Quest 2, again, Matt's Game Exchange. Castlevania 2, I'm sorry, Simon's Quest. Dragon Warrior with the manual. And Metroid. So, this is my first copy of Metroid. I have some great stuff as well. So, let me put these away, I'll grab some more. Okay, so here are some more games. There was a few boxed games as well. Some of them had the manual, some of them didn't. This one is actually complete in box, so let's start off with this one. Legacy of the Wizard, complete in box. I have Maniac Mansion with the manual in this protective case right here. I actually got another Metroid for the NES. Alpha Mission, Casino Kid, Baxanadu. I have another copy of this, complete in box, I believe. Tetris. It sounds like something's loose in here, so I'm gonna have to check this one. Crystalis. I have this already too, I think. So, duplicate. Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. The back is kind of messed up, but whatever. King's Quest. This one's actually kind of a sought after game, apparently. It's like a $20 game or something like that. It should be interesting. It's a role-playing game. I might have to keep this one and try it out sometime. Deadly Towers. Dungeon Magic. Bandai Golf. Willow. Rush and Attack, Ghosts and Goblins. I think I have this one already. I think I might have actually traded this one away, so I got another one to replace it. So it's awesome. I think this is actually one of the ones that I traded for that Pikachu N64, so it's nice to have it back in my collection. Marble Madness in this protective case with the manual. Wizardry. And now, these three games are awesome just because I didn't have one at all beforehand, and now I have three of them, but they're three different versions. The grandfather that I had talked to, apparently he was a huge Zelda fan. It was his favorite game before he passed away, and it's awesome that I can get these from another great collector of sorts. They aren't complete in box, and I am looking for them complete in box. So I might just look for the box and manual now, and the map. That's gonna be a hard one. But anyways, I got Legend of Zelda gray cart, Legend of Zelda the gold cart 3-screw, and the Legend of Zelda 5-screw. So that about wraps it up for nope. I have a few more NES games right down here. Grab those. I have Swords and Serpents. I think this one's just the game and box. Yep, box game. Fester's Quest. This one's just nope, this one's complete in box. The box is a little rough, but still happy. I have Bionic Commando. This one is just the game in box, but box game nonetheless. So that's it. I tried to get all the smoke off of the games and stuff like that. I spent about 2 hours cleaning this stuff while watching football. So it's actually pretty fun. I actually like doing that. Maybe it's kind of weird, but anyways, that's all for the NES games. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys are the SNES games. Alright, let's go. Nintendo games that I got as part of this lot. There's not a lot of them, maybe 7 games or so, but the 7 games, most of them are really good games, and games that, you know, I think I could definitely make my money back if I decided to sell it. I feel really horrible telling like someone that they're going to a good home and then I turn around and sell them. So most of these games definitely are going to stay in my collection. If not, I'm going to trade them or sell them to other, try to trade or sell them to other collectors, because if they go to a collector, I know that they're going to go to a good home rather than selling on eBay. It could go to another reseller or something like that. So with these games, I actually had a few manuals, and they're really good manuals too. So, but first, let me show you the games. Super Mario World came with the manual, so that one's missing the box, and then that would be complete in box. I have Draken, but I don't have the game. No, I do have the game. So, Draken with the game, with the manual. The manual's in rough shape, but at least I still have the manual. And it even has, that's really cool. It has like a, I don't know, I guess is their homegrown dungeon map. And they have some writing and stuff in here too. It's pretty interesting, pretty cool that, you know, you see that someone actually played the game and not just kept it on a shelf or something like that. I definitely appreciate that. The next game, Killer Instinct, sought after fighting game. This one's in rough condition, but nonetheless, it's still a game. Got Jurassic Park. This game's actually, my girlfriend actually has this game, and the sticker for the price of this game is still on it. It's not great. I guess it's kind of an okay game. I didn't like it that much when I played it on my girlfriend's system. But this one has $19.99. That's crazy. I wouldn't pay $19.99 for this game, but new, it was like 40, 50, 60 bucks maybe back then. So it's kind of crazy that, you know, games were that expensive. I have Killer Instinct, a very sought after fighting game for the Super Nintendo. This one's kind of in rough condition, pretty rough condition actually. Yeah, I'm gonna have to re-clean this one. I thought I cleaned it, I guess I didn't. But still, pretty good. Maybe like a $12 game or something like that. The next game is a complete in box game. Bram Stoker's Dracula. This game I don't know too much about, but it is complete in box, and it's about like maybe a $20 game or something like that, complete in box like this. So not too bad. It's nice to have. Add to my collection. And so the last two games. So the first game that I'm going to talk about is a game that I have already, and it's complete in box. But nonetheless, it's nice to have a second one or third one. I have 3 of them now. But The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, and this one came with a manual. So it's awesome to have this game. This game is, I think I played it on the Game Boy, and it's actually a lot of people's favorite game of all time, favorite Zelda. Mine is Ocarina of Time if you haven't watched my other videos yet, but this is definitely a great game to have in the collection. And one of the games that I saw that I was like, oh my god, is it really there? Super Metroid with the manual. So Super Metroid is definitely like a $30, $40 game or something like that, but this one's not going anywhere, at least for a while, because it's going straight into my collection. And it's awesome to have this game and the manual. I actually kind of want to try playing this game, maybe after I complete some of the other games that I'm currently playing. I have too many games that I'm playing right now. But yep, that's the games that I got for the Super Nintendo, and the last system that I actually got games for were the N64. So I'm going to show you guys that right now. Let's go. Okay, so here are the N64 games I got. Again, not that much, but still a couple of them are really good titles that I really wanted. Let's start off with the loose games. So the loose games, I have Spider-Man. I had to clean this one. This one, I might have to clean the inside some more, but got it. I didn't have it before, so it's going to go into my collection. Namco Museum 64, didn't have it again. I cleaned it up, and it's going into my collection because I also don't have this one. It's awesome. It has Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, Galaxian, Pole Position, and Dig Dug. So, awesome. Quest 64, did not have this one either. I heard it's not that great of a game, but I'll still give it a go, maybe down the line. The new Tetris, for this one's complete in box, and the box is actually in pretty good condition, considering how bad some of the other boxes were. Yeah, awesome. It's Tetris. I mean, everyone knows Tetris. And this one, Shadowgate 64, Trails of the Four Towers. This one is complete in box. The box is kind of rough, but the price tag's still there too, $29.99 when it came out. And this one came like with has the official guide with it. So I have that. So if I were to play through it, I guess I could kind of cheat. It kind of gives you how to get through everything. So whatever. Awesome. And now, 2 games that I saw that once I saw these 2 games, I knew I had to have it, were these next 2 games I'm going to show you. Like I said before, if you haven't been watching my videos, I'm a huge Zelda fan. I'm trying to collect all the Zelda games complete in box eventually. I'm not trying to pay like too much for them. But let me show you these 2 games. Zelda Ocarina of Time and Zelda Majora's Mask, complete in box. They're not in the greatest condition box-wise, and they do kind of smell like cigarettes. But at the same time, to get these 2 complete in box to add to my collection is just definitely something that I've been trying to do forever. They're already in the protective cases, because I don't want to get them messed up anymore. I'm gonna have to clean them out a little bit more because they do kind of smell bad, but I'll definitely treat them with care and not drop them like I just did. Luckily, they're in the protective cases. I love Ocarina of Time is my favorite game of all time. Majora's Mask is definitely going to shoot up in price with the new Majora's Mask coming out. A lot of people want to relive it in the original way. But yeah, super excited to add these two to my Zelda collection. I would have had to pay way more than I did for this whole lot. So to add these two to my collection and all these other games to my collection is definitely a plus. That was about it for my pickup from this specific one pickup. I had other games and other things that I picked up from garage sales, no, from flea markets and stuff like that, but I'm really happy about this specific lot, just because I know that these games were played and I got for a pretty good price, what I would consider a pretty good price. Again, I didn't show you the N64, the Super Nintendo, or the NES. I'm probably going to end up selling those because I have some already and I don't really need it. And maybe I can recoup some of the costs that I spent to buy all these games. So I haven't told you the price yet. Again, let me tell you that price right now. I was sitting there and I asked him how much he wanted for everything, and we could take it from there. What price would he be happy with letting all this stuff go? The guy with the father who had no eye or leg, he said, "Give me 200 for everything." I was like, 200 for everything? He's like, 200. I said, how about 150 for everything? And even at 200, I was gonna say okay, but he said, I can meet you in the middle, 175. And I thought 175 was a fair deal, especially since I wanted these two very badly. And the systems, I could probably make 120 of that back if I sell each one for about 40 bucks or something like that. And even though I have to buy cords and stuff like that, maybe subtract another 20 bucks, 25 bucks to get all the cords. I can definitely make it up. If I really wanted to, I could sell my Super Metroid and maybe some of the other games and make my money back. But again, I'm not in this hobby to make money. I'm in this hobby to collect and enjoy these games. And I would feel really bad if I told them that these are going to a good home and I just end up reselling them. It's just not in my nature to lie to people like that. But I'm really happy to have all this stuff and great to add them to my collection. If you guys have any questions, any comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe. Also, I have a Facebook page. Make sure you like it. I'll put the link in the description section below as well. If you want to trade for any of my NES games, anything that you really like to see, feel free to leave me in a message in the comment section below as well, and hopefully we can work something out. Alright, that's about it. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Best in West. I'll catch you guys later.